Wow, this is good. This is good.
This one's kind of weird. This tastes like if you melted a green apple popsicle. Oh,
The directors like get back on track, guys. All right.
I
Well,
guess
speaking of which, I guess we should probably get to the show.
this is not your father's movie.
No, it's not a clip of The Exorcist, please, or something, but like it's a meme.
All the kids out there say no. Say no to drugs there. Don't do the drugs there.
Such as cocaine, pot, heroin, all that bad stuff.
It's all bad.
All that bad stuff.
It's all bad.
We're so blessed by the Almighty God that we have the talented Michael Tyrone Boyd with us, and we also have the talented Connie Hoffman all the way from Germany with us. Yeah, and she has an affirmation to teach kids to say no to drugs. Connie Hoffman, do you have an affirmation to teach kids to say no to drugs?
Ja, würde ich sagen. Auf jeden Fall würde ich sagen, dass es nicht gut ist, Drogen zu nehmen. Es ist eine Droge, die dich nicht auf jeden Fall einen Gewinner macht. Man kann nur ein Verlierer sein. Von daher gesehen würde ich sagen.
We're gonna cut so much in post. We've been excited to see Hereditary for a long time. I remember I was in this room, I'd slept on the floor like an animal. I'd seen The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, insert meme, because some kid was like, hey man, you gotta watch this crazy fucking shit, and I was like, okay, and I watched it and it was
strange.
a strange thing those Johnsons did. But the filmmaking behind that movie was so rich and full of personality, and when I came back to watch it with our fresh, very cinematically inclined eyes, we ended up seeing something that we found to be extremely impressive.
Let's try and do more candidly. Let's start with like the process. Okay, so
For the record, I thought it was going really good.
it was going well. I actually am really sorry that I just
Derailed us a little bit. No, it's okay. I'm honestly feeling really good right now about how I'm articulating myself. So
That was always kind of a gimmick, though, that I wanted like the Joe and Steve thing to be. It's
the
like,
whole
we
idea to
never
just be like
address-
they're watching us talk about shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's kind of not as engaging as you'd want it to be, you know?
I guess that's true.
It's obviously a presentation, you know?
Yeah.
We obviously constructed this, and we're reviewing Hereditary, and that's a movie all about orchestrating shit, you know? So I feel like it's okay to have this.
Can we do a thing where I just ask you guys questions? So we need to make a list of questions, and I'll ask them.
I
Because
like
then
that idea.
At the forefront, I just want you guys to know what we thought of it overall in terms of quality. Was it good?
Is a bear shit in the woods?
It was good.
Like hella good. Talking about the picture on screen.
Yeah.
My
Also-
phone fell.
I'm very excited to talk about this movie. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there at the.
Yeah. The most effective movie I've
Seen in recent memory in general.
probably
Honestly,
that I can think of. Yeah. It
Right
was
now,
the most-
of contemporary film that I can think of, this is one of the greatest fucking movies I have watched in the last few years.
after the big scene.
The big one.
When everyone in the theater that I could see was just like,
After that, all I could do was breathe. And just,
it's all you can do.
well, you can't even do that because like the tense scenes will happen and then like it'll end and then it'll be completely silent and then you just hear everyone in the theater like.
Let's trudge onward, you know? Like,
So
what
what's
makes a movie this good?
So what's-
a director. This is the point that I'm getting to.
Directing,
Segue.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, what makes a movie this fucking good? It comes from a director that knows what he's doing. So much so that when you're watching the film, you feel that feeling very, very, very early on where you're like, oh, I'm in good hands, and so I don't have to be overly critical.
You're fucked, pal.
What? Hey, wait a minute. Why did you say that? Yes, he said I was fucked, pal.
And I can just watch this thing because it's going to, it has a very meticulously crafted, precise journey that it wants to take you on. The director, who is also the writer in this case, he has a very cohesive vision. He knows exactly what story he wants to tell and how to tell it. And so you feel it in the weight of every different aspect of this movie coming together so seamlessly and without any doubt in it, in its composure and its portrayal of the events. I think Ari Aster is a better director than God. I think is what we can really.
I thought that was the sound of you treading beer.
You're really going to town on this. Not your father's Mountain Ale.
Refreshing.
Mountain Ale.
It's refreshing to go into a movie and you're experiencing a unique vision, and it's also, it doesn't feel like a product. It doesn't feel like the studio had anything to do with it.
My problem
Directors put
with
in,
going
like, their-
to the fucking cinemas these days, like going to a new Star Wars movie or a new Marvel movie, even though I like most of the Marvel movies, you know, is like you feel the weight of the studio on the freaking film.
We were just yeah, A24. It's all about A24.
Yeah, A24. They
let's-
let Ari Aster, this guy, who knows how they found them. I've still got more research to do about this movie. I want to learn everything there is to know about how this thing got fucking made. But A24 gave Ari Aster the money to make this fucking film.
Wait a minute. When's the last time you've ever wanted to actually do that? Like really research.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. That's what I.
This is excitement. This is cinematic excitement. Where's that been? You know, it's here now, and I'm very happy about it. You know,
The grounded.
oh my god, it's the feeling in this movie that despite its
He will set a crown on thy head of everlasting honor, for God will show his brightness in thee to every one under heaven. And from Prose Works by Mary Baker Eddy, the discoverer and founder of Christian Science, writes, I feel the common joy of things immortal, the loveliness of love is all around.
I think it's a great place to start, considering we were just talking about the characters, is the acting, which is so stupidly good. Everyone is so superbly good in this movie. It hurts me to watch some of these scenes. Everyone was good. Molly Shapiro as the daughter was amazing.
Let's talk about the hair, because I know that requires, that's kind of a hardship, yeah?
Yeah. It takes me a long time to brush it out.
It's like a big tangle, and it's kind of big. And
Afro. It's like a nest.
what did you call it?
It's like an afro. It's like a bird's nest.
It's like a bird's nest.
Well, she just doesn't care about looks, I guess. She doesn't probably have a brush. Because her parents.
Doesn't what, sorry?
She probably doesn't have a brush because her parents probably don't care
They're
for
so
her.
poor.
Or
Yeah,
she
it's
just,
like-
they aren't really poor.
Oh, they're not poor.
They're
Sorry,
not
you're
poor.
right. Back check. Yeah, you're right. They're not
They're
poor,
just
but
evil.
they're just what?
Evil.
Or she just doesn't, she reads too much. She doesn't have time to brush her hair in the morning.
No, I know.
So Gabriel Byrne as the dad was amazing. The entire main core cast and Ann Dowd in a supporting role. She's incredible. Everyone's really fucking good.
And that's everyone.
What we're coming up on here is a question section. Go ahead,
What
Director.
was the best / well-acted scene in your opinion?
I will. Oh, that's a good one. I'll start.
Go ahead.
Oh shit! Wait.
I know what my favorite part was. Oh, that's a little harder than I thought I was. There's two scenes that come to mind.
There's one scene for me that comes to mind. It was after Peter committed a particular accident.
It's a fucking spoiler section.
Yeah, I know.
He knocked his sister's head off.
Well, I just don't want to be blunt about it like she was.
For the record, that was one of the two that I was gonna mention. Was the whole sequence in the car where he sits in the car and he says, "Okay, okay, okay," like, and then he goes home. That whole thing.
Yeah, that scene.
That was absolutely one of the best moments, like of acting in the movie. That and Toni Collette's freak out at him at the table. Those were the two events that I was gonna bring up.
Who do you think had the best performance if you had to pick?
Here's the thing about that question. You think it's an easy question to answer, but it's not at all. Because
honestly, I don't.
naturally, I'd say Toni Collette, but everyone else put forth such an A game. Even Gabriel Byrne, as the dad, did such a great freaking job in his scenes. It's just really hard to say who gave the best performance. Alex Wolff is probably the second place for me, but Molly Shapiro is just as good as him. Especially when you watch her in real life and realize that she's not at all like this off kid, you know, like she's just like a normal human being, and she was just completely became this freaky girl.
If I was gonna answer that, well, for me, it's up to Alex Wolff and Toni Collette, and I'm going to have to give it to Toni Collette. She's very experienced, and she is
know that it's a close call. You should know that it's a close call. So overarchingly, the answer to your question, Sky, is Toni Collette, followed shortly by Alex Wolff, and then everyone else was also great, but those are definitely probably the biggest highlights.
The scariest, like most intense part.
Great question.
You start with this one.
I want to say that the most intense moment in the movie for me is kind of a given, honestly. Obviously, the highest moment of tension in a horror movie would be the time that this would happen, but like, for me, it was the attic sequence in the end. Pounding her fucking face into the goddamn...
I think the scariest. Well, see, that's the whole thing with. Yeah, it was just the family dynamic. Honestly, all of the family dynamic shit was the scariest for me.
Yeah, because it just felt so real, and
the dinner
the
table.
idea of being in a situation as disturbing as that, where the people that are eternally bonded to you, the people who gave birth to you, who are literally consistently a part of your life, you being afraid of them, is a pretty terrifying concept.
Exactly.
What's really at the core of a lot of the horror in this is more anxiety related, I think, and I think that that's part of what's so powerful about it. Okay, so do you have any more questions?
How would you rate the movie? 1 out of 10.
Oh yeah, we have to do the score. I mean, fucking 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, obvious. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. So, 10 out of 10 movie. Ari Aster is better than God out of 10. And 10
Ari Aster will, until the day I die or he dies, he will be on my radar.
On the radar out of 10.
I am the image and likeness of God. I am the image of health, image of strength, the image of strength, the image of wealth. I am the image and likeness of God. I am.